So I wanted to do a video featuring primarily all of a brand. I'm going to try to do this more and more, but I don't have everything that my first brand has, so I'm going to try to sub in like products where I can. I thought for the first video today, in my fancy Jean Smart Deborah Vance t-shirt, I would do Westman Atelier, because it's a really nice brand that I really enjoy. Although some of their products are ridiculously overpriced, and so I thought we could talk about that. But then some of their products are worth every penny and then 10% more. So I don't have some of their products. Like, I know that they have powder products. I don't have those. I don't have their bronzer. I don't have their lip oils or their new lipsticks, and I don't have their primer or mascara. But I do have blushes and highlights and contours and different types of foundations and different highlights, like I said. So I'm going to just try to sub in some products from like brands like Merit, etc. if I don't have stuff from Westman Atelier, from other clean type brands. So all I've got on my face right now is Rephr moisturizer, which I love. And so I'm going to start, because I don't have their primer, but I'm going to use their stick foundation today. So I'm going to start with an oil, and I'm just going to use the Merit one because I have it. I hate the way that it squirts and gets everywhere. I find with the Westman Atelier foundation stick, it requires an oil or something to make it slide. Like the Tom Ford one doesn't necessarily, but the Merit, the Westman Atelier, those do. So I'm going to start with that, and that's a nice product. I would assume it's somewhat similar. It's got the niacinamide or whatever it's called, and you know, it just gives a nice base. So the first product I have from them is that I'm going to show off is the liquid highlighter, and this is the liquid super loaded liquid highlighter, and I have mine in the shade Peau de Rose. And so this is an okay product. It's very thin. Let me see if I can. It's kind of a serum consistency. You can put it over makeup, but I find that there are other products they have that I prefer to do that with. So I think what I'm going to use this for today is under makeup and kind of under highlight along these high points here, and just a little bit everywhere. It has a really beautiful scent. I don't know what this is. It sort of smells like key lime pie or something, which is really nice, but it's very subtle. It would be nice like on a day where you don't want to wear anything else but it. It could give you like a little bit of a glow. Now the Westman Atelier foundation stick, I have an Atelier 4. It's a little yellow for me, but I can make it work. I probably should have either got I probably should get 3. But we'll try it. This is not my favorite foundation stick. I like the Tom Ford better. I think I might like the Merit better, but it's not a bad product. It just requires that kind of oil base to go on quick and easy. It's certainly not a bad product. I shaved today, so you'll see lots of red marks, so that'll be good. We can see how much coverage I can get out of it. I would say it's like a light to medium coverage, but you can go in and build it up, which is nice. I'm going to use my Rephr foundation brush. You see, it's just a little bit yellow for me, but it actually is not that bad when it's spread out. It looks yellow when it first goes on, but I can tell you, if I did not have that oil down, this would not be spreading like this. It's not like the Tom Ford or the new Dior in that sense. It does require something on it to make it slip. But you can see I get a nice amount. I mean, you could still see through my skin, but it is helping with that redness a little bit. I don't know that I necessarily would recommend this product. It's fine. It works. I'm gonna put a little bit more here and here where I have a lot of that redness. But I think a better combination might be to use their new concealer, which is a nice product, and maybe their liquid drops, although I find these to be a little bit oily. This might actually work. I wonder if that would work as like a primer. I'm not sure, but I've never tried that. But you can see this builds up pretty nice. It's just a little bit yellow, this shade, but I certainly can make it work. That's nice. So their newest product is one of their best. I think it's one of their 3 best products they've ever come out with, and that is their concealer. This is the Vital Skincare Concealer. I have Atelier L2, so it looks like I went down 2 shades from where I was, but I love this concealer. It has a beautiful component. It's very tight to get it out, but then it's kind of thick and creamy, which I normally don't like, but for whatever reason on this concealer, it works really well. I'm gonna just do like here and here and anywhere where I had like crazy amounts of redness from the shaving. It's just thick, and that was 1 tap into the concealer. So let me grab my, oh come on, Rephr. Let me grab a Rephr concealer brush, or this is the B05. I don't know if it's actually a concealer brush, but it works well. Now, I have mine lighter because I like a lighter concealer, but as you can see, it's brightening. If I wanted a closer match, then I'd probably need to go up a shade. But I don't really mind it because what it does is it kind of evens out some of that yellow I was talking about from the foundation that's just a little bit too yellow. Well, this kind of evens it out, and I've heard that, like, I think it's 03 might be very yellow, so I don't want that. So this one's kind of more neutral, and it works for me. This is an excellent product. I know it's kind of expensive, but it's cheaper than the Victoria Beckham, and I think that it's better than the Victoria Beckham. It may end the year being my favorite concealer. It'll be between this and Danessa Myricks. Now I'm just going to try to merge those together. Now, like I said, I don't have their powder. They have a very expensive powder. I do not have it. I'm sure it's lovely, but I don't have it. So what I'm going to use under my eyes is just the good old-fashioned Pat McGrath setting powder, because much like the Westman Atelier, it is also a pressed powder. They don't have a loose powder yet. They just have a pressed powder. But it's like $75. I mean, that's more than Givenchy. It looks nice, and the bronzer's the same way. It looks nice, but $75 is a good amount. Now, my other most purchased item, obviously, if you follow me, I'm trying to look here. I have 3 right here alone, and I know I have 4 or 5 more, is the contour stick in Biscuit. That is their, they come in 2 sizes, and I believe this one's about 50 and this one's like 25, but it is the best contour stick on the market. I've tried others. I've tried Nude Sticks. I've tried the new Dior one, which is very nice, but there's something about the Westman that is just perfect for me. And I have mine in the shade Biscuit. They have one called Truffle, which is a little bit deeper. But this is perfect for me. It's neutral. It is a perfect neutral, non-bronzing contour. And I have yet to find another that's even remotely in the same league as this one. You can see it just gives like that little bit of like hollowed out look, which also helps with some of the color correcting from that foundation being just a little bit yellow. And I noticed on her commercial she always says, go work your way up. So when you're doing your makeup and stuff, you want to lift up. But it just gives like a really cool chiseled look that I no longer have, unfortunately. But this kind of replicates it. And you can use it on the nose. I typically, if I'm going to do the nose, I'll use the Victoria Beckham. But the little ones of these actually work really well on the nose too. And of course, they're a much better value. I like the small sizes. They're not a very good value. But they're good for like travel, and they're good for these. And I've noticed that a lot of Sephora, like my Sephora here where I live, doesn't have Westman Atelier. I do notice that towards the front where the registers are, they always have some of the minis. So even though we don't carry Westman Atelier, I can grab the mini if I'm running out until I can get a full size. I like the full size everywhere, and then I like the mini here or for travel. So that is the contour, which I think is just perfection. It's that, the concealer, and one other product I'll show you in a minute. Now, when it comes to blush, they have stick blushes, and I have a couple of colors here. The first one is called Mimi, which is kind of a dusty mauve. It's perfect for me because, you know, I love like Gucci rose beige and those kind of colors, and it works particularly well in the winter. And then I have this color called Petal, which I think is their like most basic color that they have on, you know, everything. And as you can see, it's more pink based, this Petal color. They have like 8 or 10. But I love these, and they don't pull foundation off of you. So what I'm gonna do is just use Mimi today. So we'll try to do like a fall look. And it's kind of tawny. That's what it's called. It's like a tawny beige. So it works really well in the fall or as an extension of the contour. So I'm going to just put that in. And it's just a nice product. Across the nose a little bit. And then again, working up. That's a nice color. It just, you know, it's simple. I'm actually going to go in with the Petal color too, because I want a little bit more color on the rosy part, you know, on the apple part of the cheek. And these are really nice. Like, they're a great product. They're not particularly shiny or glassy. They're just a really great stick blush, and I'm not a huge stick blush person or liquid blush, but I really like these. So that's the blush, and I think it looks really nice. Now for the highlighter, I already mentioned that they have a liquid highlighter that you could use, but I used it under. I think their best highlighting products by far are the, what are they called? The super loaded tinted highlighter creams. I have a couple of colors. I have Peau de Sante and my favorite, which is Peau de Peche. These are beautiful products, way too expensive, worth every penny. So I would say these are the other item, and they're like hockey pucks. But they do have stick products too. So like for instance, this is the stick highlighter in Nectar, which is nice. I don't know that you'll be able to see that much. It's kind of got a pinky shift to it. And then they also have this one, which is called Parla. I believe this one was limited edition, but they bring it back at the holidays. And it's kind of got a goldy shift to it, if you can see there. So this one over here is Parla, and this one's Nectar. They also have a clear one called Lit, which I do have. I just don't exactly know where it's at. But it's a really nice one too, but it's not my favorite clear highlighter product. My favorite clear highlighter product by a mile, and actually one of my favorite highlighter products in general, is the RMS. This clear product here, but even the colors, they're perfect, and they don't have like glitters in them. They just look like a natural highlight. But back to Westman Atelier, these are gorgeous. They are a pain in the ass to open, and I have trouble with them all the time. Oh God. Okay, so this is Peau de Peche, which is beautiful. The component is so heavy and beautiful. That's Peau de Peche, which is kind of a nudie, peachy kind of color. It looks like it might be too dark for me, but it actually works really well. This other one is Peau de Sante. I really want to get the new one, what's it called? Peau de Peony, but it's online only. Peau de Sante is kind of a warm rose color, which is very pretty. You can see the difference there. If you want kind of a rose, this could actually work as kind of a blush topper too. We might try that. And then this one's more of kind of a neutral. Let's go ahead and try that. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to hope it's not terrible, this Peau de Sante, and put it over the blush, kind of high. It's not bad. It's a little shinier than I would, like for a blush topper, but it works. And then I'm going to go in with the Peau de Peche, and the way I like to do the Peau de Peche is either a dense brush or on my finger and then blend it out. So I'm going to grab a good amount of this Peau de Peche and put it right here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it right there. And then I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. That is really beautiful. There's no shine. I know some of them do have shine. This one does not. And it's just a really beautiful highlighter. It's the third product that I would say is well worth the money. I'm going to take my brush and just clean that up a little bit and blend it in. See how beautiful that looks? It almost looks like glass. And it's not too dark. It doesn't put out a cast like you would think when you first saw it. So this looks really beautiful right now so far. I don't have a Westman Atelier eyeshadow. They don't look interesting to me. I know that sounds terrible, but they don't seem that interesting to me when I look at them. They have a new one that's like mattes, and they have another one that's kind of sparkly, but neither one of them look like, not for the price. So I'm going to go in with some Merits. I think these Merit singles are great, and I haven't used them in a while. So this one is the color Studio. They have so much pigment, and they're malleable, but once you get them down, they're down. And I just kind of use my finger and smear out the edges on these before they dry out. Or before they dry down. That's a really beautiful color. If you haven't tried these Merit shadows, I highly recommend them. Now, this one is just kind of a taupey color. I can go in with a darker one if I want to deepen that up. In fact, I will. Let's see, what do we want to do? I want to try like a green. That might be pretty. So this is the color Viper. And I'm just going to put that just on the outside like that. That's pretty. Now, what I'm going to do on the lid is Glace, which was their, I'm going to take a little bit of that green under too. That was their holiday color last year, and I'm hoping that they bring it back this year for the holidays. It was their kind of attempt at a subtle shine, and it is very subtle, but it's beautiful. This is Glace. If you can find it, it's beautiful. It is very... That's the reason why I thought these would work well with Westman Atelier, because they're not particularly like bam, bam, bam. They're just kind of subtle. They work really well. Like the Merit ones work really well if you want to put like a topper on top of them. But see, it just has a little bit of shine on it. It's nothing extreme. That is not particularly shiny. And you know I like shine. So that's like a tit of shiny. But we need something more than that. What can we do? You know what? Let's grab a Diamond Bomb. The Rose Gold Diamond Bomb one. I think that'll go really pretty with the pink. So I'm going to grab the Rose Gold Diamond Bomb. And just put a little, yeah, that ups the shine up just a little bit. Yeah, this is the Rose Rave. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, that looks good. So then the final product, I don't have their new lipsticks, although I hear they're really beautiful and I really want that red one. Though I don't know that I would ever wear it. I don't have lip oils. Those look nice too, but they're very expensive. What I have, and they have two of these, they have a neutral and they have a red, is the lip suedes. And these are very subtle, but they work if you do them with like a lip liner. So in this case, I'm just going to grab a lip liner that's darker than my lips. Let's see, what can we do? Let's do... Let's do the Tower 28. I feel like I'm missing stuff, and that doesn't make me happy. Actually, what I'm going to do is the Merit. I'm going to do the Merit lip liner, because that would make sense. They're somewhat similar companies. So, and this is a little bit darker than my lips. It's a very neutral color though. I mean, this is almost my lip color. Yeah. And I'm just going to fill it in a little bit along the edges. I think I overdrew that a little bit, but that's okay. Now for the lip liner for these little, whatever you call them, the suedes that came in the same beautiful heavy packaging. I like to use these little applicators because you can really get into the color you want. Because see, there's 4 different colors, and I'm going to go towards this bricky color on the very bottom, and it pulls what you want. They're subtle. They are literal suedes. They are like a matte. They're not shiny, but they're pretty. Overpriced? Yes. Would I recommend this product if you only were going to buy something from Westman Atelier? No. Now, I've heard the lipsticks are great. So, they're $50 each, and this is like $70. So, you can tell that that would probably be a much better value. I only got this because it came in a kit, like one of those Nordstrom kits. I don't mind it. It's very pretty. See if I can clean that up a little bit. Now, they have a mascara. I don't have that. But what I do have is the Merit. So I'm assuming that it's somewhat similar. So I'm going to grab that. I have not heard the best reviews about the Westman mascara. But again, I haven't tried it, so it might be really nice. I don't know. Where's my Merit? What the hell? Is this it? Yeah. So this is the Merit. And we'll try it. This is not like a crazy mascara, like, you know, like the YSL or something like that. It's very like natural looking, but I like it. Now the Westman one does come in like everything Westman Atelier, gorgeous packaging. They have gorgeous, beautiful gowns. But like I said, I love a lot of their products, and then some of them are just good, but they're not great, or, you know, things that I would endorse as just brilliant. So what we have here is a face of a lot of Westman Atelier with some Merit, but maybe that'll give you a better indication as to some of their products. I am under the lights, so it looks like I'm very damp, but it's actually not that bad in person. I just caught a little bit of it on the camera, but it does look really nice. They have beautiful products, and like I said, I recommend some more than others. The contour stick cannot be beat. The concealer and the Peau de Peche are worth every penny. Some of the other ones I like a lot. You know, it just depends, but those 3 are brilliant. And then, like I said, I don't have some of the products like the bronzer or the powder, that sort of thing, but they apparently get good reviews. They're just expensive, so I don't have them all. Sometimes I'll get them when they come in bundles or kits. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe it'll tell you a little bit more about Westman Atelier next time you're at their booth or you're looking on their website. Beautiful products.